All right, Tim Bart's here, Internet Sales Manager, McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. It is January 4th, 2022. Another Tuesday evening live stream. We are episode, what are we on, 22 now? Or 21? I don't know. I've lost track. It's in the title though. So we have a really good week going here. And this week we do have just today, and I've told a lot of other people, if you're looking for Ford news and any updates and everything, look for Tuesdays. I don't know why, but it seems like Tuesday morning, a lot of things break for Ford. I don't know if they get everything figured out on Mondays and they put it out, but Tuesday is the day. And today, as you can tell by the title, and this week I actually popped up on the screen since my chat hasn't been working. I decided to use that space there, and you can notice there's today's topic we're going to talk about, and there is our time. It's counting down to the time there. So in 28 minutes and 40 seconds, we're going to be talking about the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning build and price, and I might have you guys help me build out my Ford F-150 Lightning. Should be getting on Thursday. It looks like we should be getting some information on invites going out, and I should be pretty high on the list there to get an early invite. So hopefully my invite comes on Thursday. So I'm going to be really busy tomorrow doing a lot of videos on that. So first off, let's kind of get an introduction here. Again, Tim Bart's Internet Sales Manager. I want to welcome everybody to the live stream. A lot of members in there I can see that are in there, the live stream. So appreciate you guys coming out for another week of this. And joining me, as well as all the subscribers that are watching as well. I appreciate all of you for joining us. And if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit the red subscribe button down below so you can get subscribed over to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that way we can get notified the next time we have another video uploaded to the YouTube channel. And when you do subscribe to the channel, up there in that right corner that's blue and blank up there, that's where that's going to pop up, so we can see new subscribers to the YouTube channel pop up there, as well as any members that want to join as well. So if you do want to be a member, right down there by that subscribe button, right beside that is a join button. That join button gives you a little more information about our membership privileges. And every week I do a video kind of walking a lot, seeing what cool vehicles are here at the dealership, and doing a nice lot walk. Plus we'll do some other stuff too, and occasionally we'll do some merchandise as well that I'll give away. So it's kind of fun having those members in there. And also in the chat, you can see too, all those members are highlighted. They have a special little icon beside it, depending on how long they've been a member on the YouTube membership there, and you can see that as well. So again, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget also, we are going to be, this is going to be going on a podcast, so it is going to be an audio format as well. So if you want to check that out, you can at lawmacarthur.com/FordVideoGuy, and you can check it out on that page or your favorite podcast channel as well. And if you're listening to this on a podcast and would like to join us live and see what I look like and see what's going on, because I do have a couple of visuals today, including the build and price, so it'll be a lot more impactful if you want to watch it. So you can always check this even after it goes live on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/LawMcArthur, and we do have all of the different live streams under the different playlists for those as well, so you can check those out as well. Now, I do have a couple recent video that I did last week. Last week in the live stream, we were talking about the price increase on the Ford Maverick, and any updates to that, I will let you know about that. And I want to thank, of course, Johnny's Car Care and Reviews for we kind of talked about a little bit about there was going to be a price increase as of December 27th, and that is true. But those that had their orders in could get a price protection. He popped that in there, and I didn't think about that till later and reread that, and it does look like that's the way that is wording. And haven't had a Ford rep or anybody from Ford contact me yet. I've got a couple emails out to a couple different people. They must be swamped trying to catch up on everything after being off for a couple weeks, and so I haven't gotten any emails back from the brand manager or anything on the process to that. I believe those prices are going to be automatically updated, but make sure you have your order sheet and take it in. I talk a little bit about that in the video that I did last Wednesday, so you can, if you want to watch that video, you can watch that. But feel free to know that, yes, if you had that price in there, you will have that. Now, if there are any rebates that start coming out, just like Johnny had said in his video, you can actually, you either take the incentives and pricing that is available when you purchase the vehicle or when you ordered the vehicle, which there are no rebates, but there was 0% when you ordered. So you're going to be able to get one or the other of those. So if there are any rebates that come out, you may want to have the increased price. Just really depends there. Little known fact about that too, if you look on Ford's website, they have not updated the build and price with the new pricing. which is, you know, it's difficult for us as dealers when we're printing order sheets for people to sign and verify, and they're looking at the build and price and they're going, wait a minute, you're charging me more. And they think that's a dealer charging them more. And it's not. It's just the fact that the build and price on the website hasn't been updated, and it makes us look bad as dealers. But that is Ford's pricing. We do not dictate the build pricing, just like we don't on the F-150 Lightning we're going to talk about today. So Ford, if you're listening to this, please update the pricing on the build and price. It's making us look bad as dealerships. And for anybody that wants to order a Maverick right now, they're going to have that increased price there. Also, I want to mention that we do have coming up this week, I'll be working really hard, really tirelessly on a video content for the F-150 Lightning. So what I like to do is I like to go through, because the build and price doesn't tell you all the standard equipment on the different trims. It just tells you a few of the things that you get, and then it shows you what you get when you upgrade from there for the different packages. But they don't tell you a lot of times what standard or what you get when you go up to different ones. So I'll be putting out videos on the Pro version, everything you get for that $39.9 price, of course, plus destination delivery. And then also I'll do another one on the XLT. What do you get on the XLT, and maybe a couple different options. It's going to make it a little bit easier for me because there aren't a lot of different packages, which you'll see in just a little bit. And then I'll do one on the Lariat trim and the Platinum trim. So we'll do those 4 videos, and I'll get those out as quickly as possible, because I'll also be doing a video on how to go in and build and price, and actually probably include that in the same video, because on Thursday people are going to be able to want to go in and be able to order that. And I'll probably go through that because I'll be able to order as well. And so my camera's shaking. My monitor, it's on a monitor and it's just shaking there. But I will also be doing a video on, you know, as for building it. If you want to do it completely online, how's that process work? Or if you want to work with a dealer, how does that process work? So I'll go through that as well. So anyway, there's some of the plans for this week. And I do have a Maverick video that I did on the first edition. Noticed that my lighting on my camera was a little off. I don't really like the lighting, but I'm going to go ahead and record it and post it like it is. Very valuable information, but I went manual mode on the camera, and it just doesn't quite look quite right. So thanks, Daniel, for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Also, I have a video on a test drive. Had the GoPro going, and the GoPro, because it was warm outside or something, it kind of failed partway through the test drive. So that video, when I do get it edited, it will be basically a lot of the camera on me, my impressions, driving it, and how it feels. How you'll be able to hear what it sounds like in the camera, but you won't get a lot of dash photo or video for that, because that camera went out and that vehicle is no longer here. It is with its customer. So it went ahead and was delivered. So anyway, so that's kind of some of the video projects we have coming up. Now let's talk about some scheduling for this week. There are quite a few vehicles that are being scheduled. Remember, this is the last week for any dealers to have allocations from November, December scheduling. So any allocations from those months. We do not have January's numbers yet on what we're going to get for January production and scheduling, but that scheduling starts next week. So this week would be any leftover allocations. And here at McArthur, we do have a bunch of allocations left over on F-150, on Bronco Sport, and some of those. So let's go through some of these. So the Mustang is going to be scheduling this week. The Mach-E will be scheduling. Escape, retail only, which means on no stock orders are going to be looked at. Only those retail orders in the COVP. Edge, Explorer is also retail only. Expedition, and we have Ranger, which is only retail, and they of course emphasize only with dealerships that have allocations left not being used. F-150, which is good. We have I think like 49 of those that have not been scheduled for us from November, December yet. So hopefully we get our F-150 allocations this week. Super Duty as well. Transit Connect van and wagon. And then not scheduling this week is the Bronco Sport, EcoSport, and Maverick is not scheduling this week. So just so you have that in there, so you know what's going on there. Order guide updates. There have been some order guides this week that changed. What I don't like about Ford is they don't always tell you what's changed on the pages. It's just here, these pages are different than they were. So, but order guides that have changed, something changed on them, is the EcoSport, the Escape plug-in hybrid order guide, the F-150, the Mustang Mach-E, or Mustang and Mustang Mach-E and the Transit. Those order guides did change, and of course now we also have the Lightning order guide is now available now as well. And again, I'll be doing full videos on that. Some other things that I want to talk about. As I mentioned earlier, we do have the process for being price protecting your vehicle, your Maverick. I do have an email into the brand manager, so when I get some information, I'll try to put a video out on that, or at least talk about it next week in a live stream. As well as I have an email into the brand manager about that fit system. So that email went out for the hybrid several months ago for those of you that had hybrids on order. Early when they put out the EPA and that some information about when they're going to go out for deliveries and such, they said that you'll get a free fit system at delivery. Now that doesn't mean that the dealership is giving you that. So it is available through parts from what I understand. I don't know because I don't work in that part of the dealership, but from what my understanding is that would come through like the Bronco stuff, the Bronco gear, the hang in there gifts and such like that we get from Bronco. Like I got that one, I got a calendar and some other stuff from on the Bronco that was delivered straight to my house. So I'd assume the fit system is going to be done the same way. Probably once you take delivery, Ford knows that you've taken that delivery and it's been pushed over to their system, then they'll probably send that out to you afterwards, is my impression. But I do have an email into the brand manager. If that's different, I'll let you know about that as well. If the dealership needs to purchase those through parts and then give them out to the dealership, and then Ford maybe reimburses them, it'd be nice to know. But hopefully the brand manager can clue me into that soon. Last week somebody asked me about the hybrid lifts. If you can put a lift on a hybrid, yes you can. It is a different lift kit than you put on the all-wheel drive version. So since it's front-wheel drive, so there's a different lift. Not quite available yet, but we are planning on getting some of those. But you can get those as well. Want to talk about, somebody else has asked me several weeks ago, and I wasn't able to find this, but I did finally get a hold of our customer that had a special Maverick that was lifted, that had special graphics on. A lot of people like the graphics, want to know where they found it, so I linked it down in the description. So down in the description, there's a link to Amazon where you can find the graphics. So you basically order it, they'll send it to you, and then you could have someone put it on if you want. We had someone, our graphics design here in town that we work closely with, Sign Pro, they put it on for us, just like they're putting on my Roush graphics on tomorrow on my Roush Bronco. They'll do, get with a company local, they can do that as well. So what he did is he ordered them and he sent them to us, and we had them put on the truck. So here is a look at that. Oop, that's not the one. There we go. There they are. So that's kind of what those look like, and that's actually on a car, but they'll also go on the Maverick as well. And I don't have the pictures that we did originally with him on that, but there's what those graphics look like, and that link is down in the description if you would like to get those graphics, or if you just search for truck graphics, you can find different things. That's what he did. He tried different things. Also, you probably did see that just now. There is the cruise control. So Rasta, I think I'm saying that right, Rastra cruise can be done. Actually, in the Maverick Truck Club forum, someone put that on there. They kind of went through what they did, and there's what it looks like. So that's on an XL that doesn't have cruise available. That is now available to put on your vehicle, on your XL, and get cruise control if you'd like that. So I did actually linked down in the description as well, that article or that forum. So if you want to click on that, you can learn a little more about it and that kind of thing on that cruise control if you want to add that on your XL Maverick there. That's a possibility now available, looks like, from them. So now I want to move into some questions here before we get into our topic of the week. Again, we have here, let me get back to my screen here. We have 15 minutes left here before we get into the topic and going through the F-150 Lightning. One other thing I wanted to kind of bring up as a question that someone else approached me with just recently is there's a lot of dealers out there telling customers that hybrids are not being built, that they're not going to be available. There's parts constraints and they're not available or whatever like that. And I have another email in. I have like 3 emails into the brand manager wanting to know if this is true. I don't think it is. Here's my theory, and I like to do my theories out there for you, but here's my theory is I think that dealers that are telling customers that the hybrids aren't available, they're not going to be built, there's a part problem and there's something wrong with the batteries, they're not going to be built. I think it's dealers that probably didn't get that customer's order in, and get the documents in through the ROVP process. And so to save face, switch over to an EcoBoost. It can get built. Otherwise, you're waiting until 23 because they probably didn't get their order in. That's my theory. Not saying it happens to every dealer, and maybe the dealers out there just are seeing that they're not getting scheduled very fast, so they're telling their customers to switch to EcoBoost because they're seeing that those are getting scheduled faster, and that's just because there's less of those out there to be scheduled, and so that's why they're getting scheduled a little bit faster. So again, just a theory. Just maybe a thought to think about out there if your dealer's telling you that. I have not heard anything. Nothing's been sent. Nothing has been put on the scheduling notes that there's anything differently with the hybrid. There's no delays that they've been telling us, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. So you should be good to go there. So that's, again, my theory here. So let's look at a couple questions here. Looks like NASCAR says, yes, on the Mavericks, not equipped with the luxury package, but have the 110 outlet on the rear console. Do you know if the harnesses are behind the plate in the bed to add the inverter? I don't know. I assume not, but I'm not sure. And I thought those were positioned on the back of the cab, but and then the wires ran back to the bed, but I don't know. That's a great question. You probably just have to get in there and look yourself, but I don't know if that's available. Ooh, okay, there we go. All right, and Mike asked, someone on the Maverick Truck Club was able to get crews to work on the Maverick XL by swapping steering wheels with an escape and using the forescan to activate it. Will you be offering this? This is not something probably recommend because there's a lot going on there, and so I know some people have done that out there, and kudos to them. But our Ford techs are going to do what Ford recommends, and that's probably not something that we would do as a dealership. But if there's someone out there that wants to try to attempt that and do that, that's probably something they probably could accomplish. It's probably just not something that our service technicians are comfortable doing, because anything we do, we have to back that work with some sort of coverage, that if it doesn't work, that we're going to take care of that, or that it's going to cover any warranty issues and not void any more issues there. Rich said, do you have any updates on microchip delays on the Maverick? I know there were some delays in December, but I think all those are past. I know a lot of the vehicles that we had that were scheduled to be built in December, in fact, a couple have arrived. Moderators here. Charles is here, as well as his daughters, so they showed up, as well as Adrian. He's on the live stream a lot as well. Theirs were scheduled to be built in December. They're hybrid. Again, no issue getting built, getting the chips in it, and they were delivered, and they're going to be here soon to take delivery of those. So I don't think there's really an issue with the chips. I know that they got a bad batch, and then they were waiting for them to get in, so there was a delay of 1 or 2 weeks, but we should be up and running now. I know some people maybe had some issues with theirs being delayed, and it may be because of the recall. So there have been some recalls, a couple different recalls for the Maverick, and that might be the holdup on those vehicles, probably not the microchips. Patricia said, will Maverick holders get an incentive like the F-150 holders? Not sure. I'm not sure what incentive you're talking about. I don't know if you're talking about the F-150 Lightning or on the gas one. I know that F-150 got some incentives that carried over when they switched over, when they couldn't produce some for about a month. Then they weren't able to finish out the 22 or 21s. There was incentives that continued. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, or if you're talking about something with the Lightning. But probably, I'm not sure. Probably not at this point. I know there's a launch incentive that they have going on, deal they have going on right now for those that got an order in early. So I know that's going on, but I don't know about anything else. All right. Coppersmith Productions. Any word from Ford if the recent COVID surge is affecting Maverick production in Mexico? Do you think that will delay things? Haven't heard anything yet. Normally they would actually let us know if the plants are shutting down for a day or two because of something like that, but I haven't heard anything yet. So hopefully not. Fingers crossed. JR, can you let us know what company or the one who are having it drop shipped to a local dealership. Okay, can you let us know what company for the one who are having it drop shipped to a local dealership? Not sure what company you're talking about. So you might clarify that. I'm not quite understand what you're phrasing there. We have some of our vehicles being drop shipped at local dealerships. They would actually deliver it. Of course, we have to get all the paperwork taken care of before you can take delivery. So we then tell the dealership when it's ready for them to be picked up and go from there. So, all right, Stephen actually did see this, even though you spelled McArthur wrong. But I see it here. So, Tim, is the Sasquatch package limited availability for the base Bronco? That's a chance my second Bronco gets previewed quickly with that box checked. Sasquatch, I can't remember the commodity on that, but I believe it is a little bit. I know I think it's still being produced at about 50% commodity, which is pretty good, really. So I don't think it should hold it up too much. The big thing is going to be that you're behind some other people, like we'd mentioned. So, you already got your one that you have scheduled that should be a quick build. Like I mentioned, you took things off and built that one just the way you wanted it so that it could get built quickly and get scheduled quickly, which it did. So if you're wanting on this one here, I know you're wanting to get what you really want. But Sasquatch could hold it up. And, as I mentioned, they're on some of those on the Sasquatch, the biggest thing on the Bronco is that you're getting the wheels and tires. You're also getting front and rear locker standard, and you're getting the wider fender flares on it. Now, wheels and tires you can add to it. If you don't need that front locker, maybe instead of going Sasquatch, we just get you a set of wheels and tires for it, and go that route, and then get the fender flares can be widened out as well if you want to cover up those wheels. So that's always a possibility as well. Okay. Let's see. Harley said, Tim, did Ford keep the same incentives that expire January 3rd? Did Farm Bureau renew? I did hear that the rebates and incentives are continuing through the end of January, so you're good there. So anybody that has one is wondering about that, you should be good to go. So I did hear that today. Incentives came out this afternoon, and because I was getting ready for the live stream, I haven't looked at those. We'll look at those more tomorrow on other vehicles, but I did hear that from another salesperson that did remind me and did tell me that they are extending to the end of January. And I wasn't really surprised about that. I see that continuing for a while. They always have to put an expiration date on things just to cover themselves in case something drastic happens. But but typically they will extend those. Peter says, please share the glitch of the shipping to Colorado. So Colorado now charges to ship into the state. So I think they were, tired of that. Dealers coming in, they weren't getting some of that. They're still getting all the sales tax, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. But now it costs money if you want to ship into Colorado. So if we have any other customers in Colorado, we're not going to be able to ship it to you in Colorado. That's about the only state that we know of so far. So starting January 1, they started up with a new. I'm not sure exactly what it is. All I know is that it's costing us. We have to pay an extra fee, and it's not cheap to be able to ship into Colorado. So instead, we're going to have to either meet people at the border or something like that. Or we're close enough to Colorado that we do actually have flights from Denver to here. So we could always have you fly in, so you could drive yours back, and we could pay for that flight, something like that instead of the free shipping. So. But yes, we did find that out just recently. Just found that out between Christmas and New Year's. We found that out, and so it wasn't that long ago. Well, welcome, Hector. Appreciate you getting in on the live stream. Great to see you. Excited to see the info you have on the F-150 Lightning. Yep, 5 minutes away from that. We'll get into that. I've got mine configured and ready to order. Good. And I think, Hector, I believe you're going to probably get a first. You're pretty early in there, so you should get a invite on Thursday. So, all right, Mark, Tim, do you think lifting a hybrid would potentially reduce miles per gallon? Yes, I'm confident it will. I know on the even the all-wheel drive one that we lifted it, and of course you put on bigger tires, typically the miles per gallon will go down. Funny story, we actually just recently, I of course got a Bronco with the stock 32s on it, and that one had been getting about 16 miles per gallon in there. One of our sales managers, he actually put the bigger tires on his, different wheel, and his miles per gallon went down. And so, we know that typically does happen. But if you, like for ours, I put the Roush package on my Bronco, which I'm going to do a video on that as well. But because of that, it has a cold air intake with the exhaust that just makes it just so much cleaner, and it just breathes better. And I was getting about 18 to 20 on the way home last night. So something like that will help you get better fuel economy if it can be put on the vehicle. On the 2.0, don't know if that's available. And on the 2.3, those are available from Roush, but yeah, miles per gallon will be affected if you put a lift on it. Typically, it's the bigger wheels as well, more than it is the lift. But because you're lifting it up, you could have a little bit different aerodynamics. But it's more usually people will lift it and put a bigger tire. So between the two of those, putting the bigger tire usually gets you the fuel economy drop there. And on a hybrid, and I don't know how many people want to put a lift on a hybrid, but I don't see a major benefit in that. Because it will take away from that 42 miles per gallon that you could get. But still, even if you lost a couple, 39 or something for a lifted up truck, not too bad for a cool look. JR, I'm not sure what company they're going with there. Usually we go through 4-wheel parts for a lot of our lifts. And they usually get them from like ProComp, some of those other places. I know Rough Country probably will have one available as well, so you can check for those. All right, Todd, I got an email December 18th saying it's shipped and allow 12 to 28 days for delivery. If I take Christmas and New Year's days out, it's 12 days now. I think I will hear soon on it. Yes, we've noticed. I like to always give that window. There's always a window there that it tells you, here's when it should show up to the dealership typically once it's shipped out, and there's usually a week window in there. And I always tell people to expect that later day, and especially if somebody's flying in, like our moderator, he usually is flying in. He's going to be flying in, and I said, you might want to not, if you fly in right after that window, I hate for it to miss. Like my Bronco showed up after the window. But we've noticed on all the Mavericks, surprisingly, most of them are showing up in about 3 weeks instead of 4 weeks. So, it should be getting there real soon for you there, Todd. So, a little known fact, Hector did jump in there, and he had a question earlier. Hector used to be a salesperson here at McArthur. So, great guy, still, of course, here in town, and he has a Lightning on order, and his dad has a Lightning on order, or reservation, I should say. Not ordered yet. So, yes, welcome him to the group here. All right, we got a minute. Oh, timer's off there. All right, so we got a minute and 45 seconds here. All right. Have you guys at McArthur started inviting folks to order their F-150 Lightnings? That actually, we don't send the invites out. Ford sends the invite out, and those are going to start on Thursday. So that's what at least that's what Jim Farley tweeted on. He threw out a tweet earlier this morning saying that the invites are going to be going out Thursday. Let me just make sure. I'm going to pull up Twitter here. I think it was him that tweeted that out. But let's make sure you get that. So if it doesn't go out, then that's on the CEO of Ford, right? So anyway, he's got a couple here. See if we can get that tweet. We got about a minute here. So he's tweeted quite a bit today, huh? Anyway, so yeah. Yep, it says here, it's time. You can now build the F-150 Lightning of your dreams. Start here. And then under that, it says the first wave of early reservation holders will be invited to order their trucks starting this Thursday. So Thursday is supposed to be the day. So we're excited for that day. So it should happen. Did Ford release the pricing for the home charging for the Ford Lightning? No, not that I know of. And that was something that actually I'm going to get into that here in just a little bit, because that was something that I was really wanting to know a little bit about, because that could affect how I want to order my F-150 Lightning, because, it would be really nice knowing, some of that, because for me, I don't really need an extended battery, because I'm not going to probably drive it much out of town. It's more of, it's something that's going to happen, then I'm going to drive it in town. So but I do want that pro backup. So I want to be able to back up my house with it using the 80 amp charger, pro charger. So I'd love to go standard and then just get the pro charger, put in the house and be willing to pay for that. So I'd love to know that, because that's a lot cheaper than $20,000. So here, let me go through this. So we're going to go through, see if I do this right. No, come on. Well, there we go. All right. So I did leave my lovely face down there in the corner just so, because we'll be talking about this. So those that are watching the podcast, again, this is probably where you're going to see the most visual. You're not going to be able to see a lot of this, but I'll go through and explain this. So, of course, there are three models to choose from. There is the Pro version, the XLT, Lariat, and Platinum here. On the Pro version, the standard battery is the only battery available. As you can see there with the XLT Lariat, Platinum is standard with the extended battery. But on the Pro version, can't really see my cursor, can you? On the Pro version here, you can't get the extended range unless you're a fleet customer and you're ordering this as a fleet, or what they're calling the Pro now. Not fleet, it's Pro now. But so going in there, $39.9, and just click your start your build, and you can jump right in and go through this. And pretty similar to what we saw on the Maverick, I think. With that, if those of you that have been looking at the Maverick and are joining me here, so going through, you can change your powertrain and different things up there. Of course, there is no change in the powertrain. That is it. You get that. And packages, of course, on the Pro version, there's only one package too, is the base package, but pretty well equipped. Other than, probably if I went to the Pro version, you get the vinyl seats. That's probably the big thing. And again, I'll be breaking this down, but there's only two packages to choose from here, and it's all about towing. Tow technology package, and the main thing on that is it's not really helping you tow more. It's just, while you're towing, making it easier. So Pro Trailer Backup Assist, the trailer brake controller, the onboard scales, so you know how heavy your truck is and how it will affect as you're driving, and how far you can drive with it. Trailer guidance, reverse guidance, Pro Hitch Assist, adding the LED spotlights on this one, and the 360-degree camera is a big one there. So that one's a little bit more expensive than it is on the others, just for the fact that on the other versions, you have some of the technologies, Copilot 360 2.0. So this one doesn't have that, so you have to get those technologies, so why it's a little more expensive. And then the Max Trailer Tow package is what you'll need to add to get the maximum amount of towing. So you're going to get, on the standard battery, 5,000 pounds of towing. If you add the Max Trailer Tow package, it takes it to 7,500. If you have the extended battery, it's 7,500 at standard, and by adding the Max Trailer Tow package, it takes it to 10,000. And it doesn't tell you what you're gaining there, but what you're gaining is cooling. So you're getting extra cooling for the motors to be able to function more efficiently, to get you to be able to tow more weight without really affecting the battery as much. So that's why it goes. Now, and then when you look at everything else, that's really about it. Everything in here, again, I'm going to talk about this in my videos, to stay away from those extra things. You can add those later. Of course, tailgate step is a factory installed thing, so there's one thing that you can get aftermarket. These others are aftermarket. Spraying bed liners, bed mats. Those that have been looking at Maverick know what's going on there. The storage box that pivots inside the bed. You got the bed tray there. They actually have an image there. Look at that. That just looks like a bed mat. So, whatever. Actually, it looks like it's a package of some sort. Anyway, locking lug nuts. A lot of that stuff is just accessories, and some of these are included as part of that package. And then that 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power on board. Got to have one of those. Now, it does tell you to remove the 2.4. Yeah, of course, because you're going up. And then 360 camera is actually part of the Copilot 360 feature, so you'd want to add that as well as those. So really, on the exterior features, that's all you have there, is just a couple options available outside of accessories. And again, guys, I know how I feel about just holding off on accessories and letting the dealer takes care of that for you. But that's it. So on the Pro version, if you added, those two, the only optional package is really available outside of accessories, you're 43.1. So and you have yourself and of course you get $7,500 in potential savings on your taxes as well to figure in there. Now let's look at the XLT. Let's go back up to the model, and this is the one that's getting a lot of people worked up today because it says starting at 52.9. That is for the extended range, and it doesn't matter if you hit the extended range or not. You're still going to have to upgrade it when you get inside. So starting at 52.9, of course, there's destination delivery that's added, and you do have to scroll clear down to the bottom to get to that before you can see that price there in the left side. Oh, you can't see my cursor. But so there's your options there. Now, one of the things that I think Ford is trying to simplify things a little bit. And so like on this one here, if you want to add the extended range battery, you want that extended range. When you add that, it automatically, you have to go up from the base XLT to what they call the high package, that 312A package, $19,500. So that's probably the only downfall that I have here on the build and price here is that, allow us to be able to get the extended battery without having to go up to that other package. If you're sitting there and looking at that, I actually have that package. So if you look here at this, you get a different wheel, you get the 360 assist, which is the adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane centering, all that. You get the upgraded Pro Power onboard, intelligent access with the detection, approach detection. You have the heated steering wheel. You have the 10-way driver's seat. Yeah, I think it's a passenger as well. Heated seats, the LED box lighting, power tailgate step. That's stuff that I probably would want, but not everybody will. And that is a $9,500 package. But to get the extended battery, you have to add this package to it as well. So like somebody mentioned, the cheapest. So click on that package and click on the extended battery. And we add nothing else but the extended battery. The very cheapest you can get an extended battery, Lightning, is $74,169. So that's probably the only downfall, is the cheapest you can get if you want an extended battery and need that, and get that 80 amp Pro charger, so a home charger, so you can backup power to your house. It's going to cost you $74,000 for destination delivery if all you do is add the extended battery, and of course you have to go up to that package. I wish Ford, you would allow us to be able to stay with that 311A package. That would save us another $10,000 and be in the 60s there, which is pretty similar where you'd be on any other engine on the F-150 currently, which is close to the price that I have on my F-150 now. I have an XLT 2020, and it was probably right around that 60 to 65 range. Now, keep in mind, we do get the benefit of this. We do get $7,500 of tax credit as well. So when you look at that, now you're in that 60 range, which is pretty close to what a hybrid fully loaded with the same equipment would be. In this situation, you can back up to your house and you can do some of those things there. So just, that's something to think about there. But so there are some benefits to going to that. And, comparatively, I did actually price out a gas, or actually a hybrid motor, fully loaded XLT 302A equipment group with some of the things that we normally would come with this package. I did that, and I was able to get it. I think it was right around it was in the 60s, right around 62, 64. So when you look at it that way, and you're getting a $7,500 tax credit, really not that big of a bump. I think the great value is, if we look up here to the Lariat trim, if we go up to the models and go to Lariat trim, I think this is the best value when you look at what a gas Lariat fully loaded 502A equipment group with the hybrid engine, based on what this one is loaded up. I think it's actually probably the best value. There's not as much of a jump, especially when you figure in the $7,500 of taxes. So again, with this one, when you go to the dual battery, what's it do? It makes you get that 311A equipment group. Okay. So you add that, and that one's not as big of a jump, I don't believe. And so now, if you just add that, you get the tow tech for free. And then if you don't go with the max trailer tow package, what's up at the price? Now you're at $79. So you're only about $5,000 more than an XLT. So I think really that's probably the best value if you're looking at it. $79, and if you look at I think I was at 68, so it's only about $10,000 difference than a hybrid version, and you get $7,500 of tax credit plus all the gas you're going to save as well. So anyway, that's just my take on that. So of course, trying to stay real positive here with it and real excited about it. I'm probably going to be looking at let's actually build this out. Now here's what I'd like to be able to do if it were me, because again, I just want to be able to do the standard battery, right, and stay with this, because this package here, the upgraded package, well, it doesn't allow you to do it. Okay, so there's that package. So when you go to that package there, it gives you the Active 2.0. That gives you the Blue Cruise, so you can drive without using your hands. Gives you the Blue Cruise. I believe it does give you the Park Assist as well. Gives you a phone as a key. Tow Tech comes included. Twin panel moonroof, not something that I really care to have. It does give you the big the 80 amp Ford Charge Pro Station Pro, and it gives you under seat storage. Again, I don't care about that. The powered tilt and telescoping steering wheel with memory, nice, but not needed. And then the second row heated seats. I probably won't have a lot of people in the back seat, so that package is not something that I feel like I need to have. So Ford, it'd be really nice if I could just go with the extended battery and be able to stay with this package, because I don't really need to go up to that. So and I don't think, looking at the XLT with extended battery as well as the Lariat with extended battery, there's nothing in that equipment wise that I think that you need the extended battery to be able to, that you need those equipment to get the extended battery. So I'm not sure why they didn't allow us to be able to do that. So what does the John, just kind of looking over here at the notes here, what does the Max Trailer Tow package actually do? It allows you to be able to tow more, and the reason that how it does that is it's giving you extra cooling. So it's going to cool off those batteries, keeping those cool so you can tow more weight without affecting your your range as much. And so you would need that if you want to be able to tow over 7,500 pounds. You're going to want that Max Trailer Tow package to get to that 10,000 pounds of towing. So giving you cooling fans, extra cooling fans, and upgraded cooling fans. It actually doesn't actually break it down on the website, but that's basically what it. When I went to the training that they had for the Lightning, a lot of people didn't know the answer to that. They said, "What would the Max Trailer Tow package give you for electric vehicle?" And I was one of the few ones that said the cooling, because I know on a Max Trailer Tow package on on a gas engine, it does give you extra cooling fans. It gives you auxiliary oil cooler and some things like that that help it to be able to tow more. But the same effects that happen with the electric battery as well, it's going to need to stay cool. So giving it more cooling fans and giving a cooling that helps that to be able to perform more efficiently. And so that's what you're going to getting with that Max Trailer Tow package, is just the extra cooling that it needs. In fact, let me see on the order guide here if that actually tells us. So it does say, actually it doesn't give us any information of what's included in it. And they did the same thing with the Max Trailer Tow package for the F-150. Now they didn't, say it upgrades anything really that much. But this one just says max towing capacity. It says to be determined, and I know when they released it, they said 10,000 pounds. It says optional on the Pro, XLT, and Lariat, standard on the Platinum, and then increases tow capabilities is all it says it includes, but it should be upgraded cooling fans to allow it to be able to tow a little bit more there. So, all right. Any other questions there on that? All right, so getting back to here, so I'd love to be able to go that route on a Lariat, be able to see, is that what I'm on? I'm on a Lariat here. I'd love to be able to go the standard battery. I'd love to also, we have no information on this, but I'd love to be able to order the 80 amp charger, because what I've been told is as long as you have the 80 amp, even if you have the standard battery, you can backup power your house, but you just can't, it won't just last as long as it would if you had the extended battery. And so that's kind of what I'm wanting. I want to just be able to order the 80 amp charger. I'd love to go Lariat with the standard battery, with the 510A package, and then let me order that. Oh, I would want the Tow Tech package as well. And then I don't think I need anything else. I think there's not a lot of standalone options other than those accessories. Reverse sensing is going to be standard on the inside. Copilot 360 Assist, actually, I believe is standard on this. And then, of course, if I wanted the active 2.0, that gives me the Blue Cruise. Actually, if you click on a little eye, I'll let you know that. So it gives you the Blue Cruise, the active park assist 2.0, and phone is the key, though. Would be really cool. That'd be pretty cool to have, but that's all right. So anyway, that's kind of way I'd like to go. If I could add the Pro Charger, and then I'd be at 70,000, which is actually cheaper than the XLT with the extended battery. But that's the rate I'd probably like to go, and then be able to order the Pro charging, or the home charging system, 80 amp later. And I don't know if Ford, I'd assume Ford's going to make it available, and we can just be able to add that from parts or whatever, or be able to order it and to be added to it. And that would be probably where I'd love to order one. But $7,500 tax credit, puts it down in the 60s, close to where my truck is right now. So that's where I'd be at. What about you guys? Let me know. Any of you Lightning order holders in here? I know I get a lot of Maverick people, and some of them probably have left, but there are a lot of people waiting on the Lightning, so I want to, take care of everybody. Anything that's new, I want to get it out there. So think there will be a third-party 80 amp chargers, or do you think there is some proprietary chip? I think that it has to be the Ford Pro Charger, home charger, to be able to use the app, because they advertise that within the Ford Pass app, you can reverse it. If you have your truck plugged in, you can reverse it using your app. So I think you're going to need the Ford home charging 80 amp system to be able to do that. And I'm okay with that. Just allow me to get it. Hopefully we will be able to allow to get it from from parts or whatever, or from a third-party provider that gives us or allows us to get it through Ford. But I know it's supposed to come with your vehicles with extended battery. I just don't know do I have to get extended battery to get that. So, and keep in mind, once you submit that order, you should be able to make some changes to that order before it's scheduled. Just like with, the Maverick or something, I should be able to submit that order, get it in there, and get it in line. And I should be able to change it if I decide I want to go to the Lariat with extended battery, because I find out you can't get the home 80 amp charger any other way. Then I can do that. And again, but that's $9,000, $10,000 just to add that. So it'd be nice if I can just get the Pro Charger, even if it's half the cost or something. That saves me some money, because again, there aren't a lot of features as part of that 511A that I feel like that I can get. Now let's look at the real quick. Look at the Platinum. I don't know how many people are going to be on the Platinum trim, but if you go that route, pretty much everything's standard. So it's getting the extended battery already. It's getting about every feature included in that package. Gets you the 22s instead. Gets you the active 2.0. Pretty much everything. It gets the max trailer tow and the tow package standard equipment on that trim. And then pretty much, other than accessories, you have everything. I don't see anything in here that other than other than accessories. Oh, max recline seats, so let's go with that. Gotta have that, right, if you're going that route. And then outside of that, there you go. So you're looking at $92,900, so you're $93,000 for a $93,000 for Platinum. So, and I just added the max recline seats, and that was the only thing added to that. Even if I took that off, you're still pretty darn close to 93,000. So there you go. Cheapest Platinum you can get for the F-150 Lightning is about 92,000, 92 and some change, 92.5 or something. So there you go. So that's that there. So, and of course, I want to open up questions on anything else with that. So just open up those questions. Matt Martin said, is McArthur still offering MSRP without market adjustment? Yes, we do that. Any ordered units, custom order units, we'll do MSRP on any of those. So we did actually have an upgrade on our dealer fee start in January. That it actually did go up from our $299 to $499, which is still probably one of the cheaper dealer fees in the country. There's some dealers that are probably a little bit cheaper, but we had some costs that go along with that we have to do when we do credit checks and different things like that. And those vendors and the different companies have actually started charging us more money towards the end of this year, and so we needed to raise that up. Now, anybody that has an order already still get the $299. Basically, what we're going to do is discount your vehicle $200, still charge you the $499 fee, But again, discounting the vehicle $200 for that difference because we want to make sure that we honor what we agreed to on any ordered sheets or buyer's guides that we printed when we ordered your vehicle. So, but other no market adjustment other than that. So, let's see out. All right. Any update on the number of Lightning allocations? Not yet. I haven't seen any information on that. We are actually waiting to see what allocations we're supposed to have for January. So hopefully in the next day or two, we'll get information on that. But otherwise, we don't have any information on that yet. Tim, if one has not even reserved an F-150 Lightning at this point, then I'm hearing 3 years probably waiting for it. Is that about right? Probably. I know they have 200,000 orders, and I think they can make 150,000 a year. But I heard the first year it's going to be a smaller number, so it'll be probably at least through 23 model year before they get all the reservations taken care of. But looking at the prices, some people I know they're like, oh, forget it. I want the extended battery. And I'm not want to pay 74 when the starting price was 40. That's a big jump for going to extended battery, because it looked like it was going to be $49.9 for an extended battery version, and now it looks like it's going to be a lot more than that. Let me go back to this here. But so, all right. Any other questions there? Any guess where the 9500K is going on that XLT equipment package? Seems like the features wouldn't add up to 9500. Wonder if anybody would catch that. I did. I kind of looked at that and I'm not sure where that is. I think there's some things in there, because let's look at that package here for a second. So some of the features, here's all the features, and now I don't know if they're all listed there or not, but you get a different wheel, which usually is an upcharge, about $1,000 or so. Upgraded to the power seats. I will tell you that 302A equipment group on the F-150, the gas F-150, is about $5,600. So to get all those features, so you're getting a lot of the same features is included in that, and the Copilot 360 Assist 2.0 is not included in the 302A equipment group in a gas version of the F-150, which gives you then the intelligent adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane centering, speed sign recognition, evasive steering assist, intersection assist, which is a new one. I know that alone is about $750 if you order it as a standalone option on an F-150 ICE version. And then you got the Pro Power onboards included, power tailgate, the LED box lighting with zone lighting, intelligent access with push button start and the approach detection, heated steering wheel, heated front seats, and then they do a body color door handles and tailgate as well. So yeah, I mean, it seems like $9,500 does seem like a little high number there, but I think there's a few things there that's not included in the 302A. Maybe that's where they're going there. So is the 500A group included with the Lariat for the Maverick, or is it $3,300 more? Oh, okay, Justin. I think you're talking. Okay, so you're talking about on the Maverick, the 3305. If you're looking at that on your build sheet, for some reason they put that 3305 under Lariat, and it's actually that's by going to the 2.0 and the all-wheel drive. That's the cost of going to 2.0 and all-wheel drive together. So that's what that cost is. So anyway, so that's I think I'd actually talked to, maybe you've been working with Maverick Mike Mole there, but he was asking me that earlier too. On the printed sheet, it actually shows it as part of the Lariat, but it's actually part of your all-wheel drive and your EcoBoost engine. That's what that cost is. All right, Hector, Tim, can you explain the tax credit a little bit and how that works? I think I'm squared away on everything else. I think the tax credit, again, that's going to be on your taxes. So if you purchase it in 22, then on your 22 taxes for the next January or whenever you do your taxes, that you should be able to get $7,500 tax credit on your income tax, I believe. That's the most I can get off of that. So let's go down the bottom, because it actually talks about it down here. So at the bottom, it mentions that depending on where you live, you may qualify for even more federal, state, and utility incentives on your new F-150 Lightning. For additional information, there's a link there. So if you click on that link, hopefully it can give you a little more information. There you go. Now you can see my screen. So yeah, at the bottom, down here at the bottom by your pricing, there is some information, potential savings. via Zappy Ride. So there's a link right there. Click on that link and it goes to this page here. So qualified plug-in electric vehicle tax credit, and there's some more information about that. Minimum tax credit of $2,500. So anyway, so you can read more about that right there. So that hopefully will help you out, and I'll read that through a little bit later. So minimum amount is $2,500, and the credit may be up to $7,500 based on your vehicle's traction, battery capability, and the gross vehicle weight rating. The credit will begin to phase out for each manufactured in the second quarter following a calendar quarter in which a minimum of 200,000 qualified PEVs. So you have to purchase it early on, it sounds like, because it is based on how many is done each year, it looks like to me. So you order an electric vehicle later in the year, maybe you don't get tax credit for that. So, all right. You mentioned change in the order guide for the Mach-E. Can you share the change? I'm not sure what the changes are. They actually just print sheet. They tell us what sheets changed, but they don't tell us what on the sheet changed. And I haven't had a chance yet to compare them to see for sure what's different between the two. So, but if I can, I'll try to find that out. There was one on a couple vehicles, a Bronco Sport and an Edge, I believe, a couple weeks ago, and just been so busy I haven't had a chance to kind of put them side by side to see what the differences are. But I'll try to do that for you, Anthony, and maybe bring that back in next week. It's two-way driver's seat on Pro, height adjustable. On the Pro version, two-way. Two-way is basically going to be I think that's the manual seat adjustment. Typically, let's go back to that. Let's look at that. Well, actually, I got the order guide right here. Let's look at that. So under the seats, it says a two-way manual adjustment. That would be forward and back. So it doesn't look like there's going to be a height adjustment on that. So it's just going to be a forward and back is the two different ways. Tim, also, how will ordering work through Long Mac? What's due up front once your invitation comes in? So yeah, when your invitation comes in, you'll get an invite to either do it online or offline. So you can always call us. We can do it for you and submit it for you. Of course, you'll see a copy of that because you'll need to sign that. And then we do ask for $500 deposit is all. So that's what we're doing. And you already, if you put yours in with us, if you put your original reservation in with us, then we already have $100, so we'll only be getting $400 more. If you did it with another dealer that credited you back, when you transferred over to us, we received $0, and it shows that in our account. So we would be asking you for $500 because you would have received $100 back from the dealership you had your original reservation in with. And if you did not get that credited back to you, then you would need to contact that dealer because they did receive the $100. Okay. Tim, will the hard top fit right over the soft top on the Bronco? No, it won't. You would have to take the hard top, the soft top, you have to take it off to put the hard top on. They do make some covers that slide on like right against the rails up there, and those could stay on while you put the hard top on, but the cloth top that comes with it, you have to take it bolts. There's 4 bolts in the back, so you have to convert it back and then unscrew those bolts and take it off. All right. See, or will I have to? Okay. Yep. Answer that. All right. I think you're part of wave 1. How early was your order, if you don't mind me asking? I will probably. I reserved in 30 minutes in. So I think as soon as the reveal happened, as soon as it was over, I punched mine and reserved then. But again, dealerships could do prioritizations from their dealership. We didn't do very many, but one of the things that we did do is we moved myself and our general manager to 1 and 2. So we did move ourselves up, but I was at 10 already. More than likely, I was probably going to get an invite anyway. But I did move up to the top because I wanted to make sure that I would be able to do these videos for those, so that way I was part of the first wave and be able to do the videos. But other than that, we didn't do any other moving anybody around. So, all right. So Ace, you probably had a question I missed, it looks like. But my assumption, Will, is that if probably to be in the first wave, you probably had to reserve that first night. And I think it started at like 10 p.m. our time, so maybe just a couple hours. But I would think you probably wouldn't need to reserve the first 24 hours if you're going to get a first wave invite. That's my guess. That's my guessing, man. I think that's probably what you'd have to have. So, all right, Ace, I'm gonna see if I can find your question. Well, if you can just, Ace, if you can repost it, putting at Lon McArthur, I can find it that way. All right. Have they announced dates for when they will start scheduling and building the 22 Mustang? Yes, they are. Should be scheduling, I believe, on the last. Here's the scheduling notes, and let me look at the Mustang. I believe. Wow, small. Gotta move this out here a little bit. 22 Mustangs are having March production, it looks like. So they're gonna be starting scheduling those real soon. Looks like it didn't say March startup, so maybe they've already maybe the 22 Mustangs has already started up. Let me get to the Mustang here. Here we go. Mustang. Actually doesn't mention there. Yeah, I think the startup has already happened for the Mustang. Orders are into mid-March. Oh, that's Maki. Yeah, I believe we're in the 22 on the Mustang, so they're the startup already for that has already begun. So anything gets scheduled for January will be for probably March production. Does a Lariat 510 package include a step-up tailgate, or isn't clear since it's on the XLT package? You mean tailgate step? I think tailgate step on the XLT was a standalone option. A tailgate step is a standalone option on the XLT. So if it's standard on the Lariat trim, it would be included in here of the upgrades. So, and that does not show it. So let's go to the optional equipment. And I don't actually see the tailgate step there on the free standalone options. It must be standard on the Lariat trim. You're right, it doesn't really say. Oh, here, power tailgate. And anytime you get the power tailgate, you get the tailgate step that comes with it, with unique rear signature lighting. So the power tailgate should get you the tailgate step as well, I believe. That, if I'm not mistaken, I believe as long as it has power tailgate, it gets the tailgate step. And I think the reason. Okay, so on the XLT, the tailgate step with the work surface is included in the 312A package. And so I might have to do some research on that. Because I thought the power tailgate and the tailgate step with the work surface were two separate options there. But the tailgate step might come with it. So I might have to do some clarification on which is which there. But that's a great question, so that I can make sure I get it right on the video. So to how they will handle aftermarket wheels for the Lightning. Is there any credit you guys hold onto original wheels? Yeah, there's some. We usually work really well with you. So if you want, if you have a different set of wheels, a lot of times we'll give you a credit towards those wheels. Whatever, usually we look and see what they are, stock and such, what those prices are on those. If they're the standard wheel, it's a little harder to figure that, but a lot of times we'll give you credit towards the other wheels if you want to just give those to us. And if you want to take them, then then that's usually we just let you have them if you want them. So when can I build a 22 Ranger online? I don't know. It's crazy that the Lightning you can go ahead and do, but you can't do a 22 F-150 either. So, yeah, 22 Ranger's not there. Transit connects up. Lightning, Super Duty, and Transit. Yeah. So here's kind of a layout of some of these. 22 Explorers on there. 22 Edge. I think that was 22 Mach E. Expedition still not available, even though we've been able to order those, or an Escape. So they're a little behind on a couple of those. On being able to get those. So I'm not sure when the Ranger will be able to build online or not. But so all right. Did I miss any questions up here? Do you think every dealer will get at least one allocation? I was told I was number one at mine. Yeah, sure. You should be able to. I mean, surely they'll have at least one allocation for every dealership. I would assume any dealership that has orders in. So once that order is submitted, then and it's confirmed to the COVP process, and I think the Lightning's using the ROVP process. So because it is a reservation to order, then yeah, once they see those in there, then that's going to give that dealer an allocation. So, so we'll just have to see how it goes. But and I was told too, from the information that I saw, that when you put in an order for the Lightning, it'll actually Ford's supposed to tell you when you should expect yours to be built and delivered. So you're supposed to actually have dates, unlike on the Maverick and some of the other models where you don't know. On the Lightning, once you submit that, you're supposed to have a estimated date there ahead of time, which is kind of great. All right, so Don says, I am number 75, roughly in line at your dealership. What are the odds and timing of the Lightning? Well, until we get allocations, and I think what's great about this is that it's actually going to go in line. And so unlike with the Maverick, where sometimes somebody may have their order in first, and somebody may be down the road, if they can't configure theirs, then they could jump up. The Mach-E and the Lightning are going to be done different. They are going to be done per order, and you can kind of see by the how they did the build and price. And I think one of the reasons why they tried to simplify it and making you, if you go to the extended battery, you go up to that package, was just to be able to simplify things and what they can build. So as you can see, there weren't a lot of options. So when you go and you look at XLT, well, here I can show you on the build and price on the order guide here. When you look at an XLT trim, even if you don't go with the extended battery, the only free, and there's two packages. You have a technology package and you have a max trailer tow package. And then other than that, standalone options, floor liners are an aftermarket add. And you have the Pro Power on board, the 9.6 kilowatt, and you have tailgate step. And then you have the underseats, the partition lockable fold flat storage. And that's it. So there's not a lot of things that they need to worry about parts supplies. And they did that on purpose, I think. So, and so I think they try to simplify that so that those orders can go in order, instead of having to go, well, you wanted an XLT with the high package and we're building all the standards right now, so we're going to bump these other people ahead of you. I don't think that's their intention. I think their intention is to build them in order on these, unlike any other vehicle, including the Bronco. So just because of how simplified they made the ordering process for these. Now, it may be depending on what trim you have, on how difficult it will be to get yours in line. If you're looking for a Platinum, I know there's a lot of issues right now with the F-150. We haven't seen a King Ranch Platinum or Limited in months show up here. So I know they're having issues with some of the higher end stuff. So I think you're more likely that they may say, at the beginning, that this version isn't going to be available. You either want these or you can hold out and wait until those options become available. And I think, from what I understand, every 2 weeks they're going to update the build and price and the ordering platform with what's available for the orders at that time. So for those 2 weeks. All right, any other questions? I think I skipped some of them up here. Does Ford have a certain time of year they change model years, or does it depend on the model? Usually it does happen in the fall. So usually August, September, October, sometime around there is usually when they have model year changes. So Do you have, Hector said, do you have a way to see what I ended up on being at the dealership in terms of reservation? Told me I was number 26. Actually, I believe let's look here. Hmm. All right. Yeah, you're at, you're, I'll let you know, Hector. We moved you up a little bit, so you're up there. You should get hopefully get a first or second wave invite. I would assume yours was pretty early, so. Uh, okay, so Steven said, Timon left a message for Blake. I think Alon MacArthur could put together a wheel and tire package cheaper than 5,000 compared to the Sasquatch package, since I didn't need the front and rear lockers. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. Like, I had just the rear lockers. I had actually added the Roush package because I wanted the cold air intake and exhaust and such, as well as the wheels and tires. But yeah, that's definitely, you can do wheels and tires. It does take 5, but you can. I mean, I know on um, the Badlands package, when you go to the Sasquatch, it's $2,500 because mainly you already have all the suspension upgrades. So basically, it's wheels, tires, and the fender flares, and that's it. So yes, probably could do something for 2-3 grand, and be able to do that. So, has anyone heard if McArthur is charging the dealer markups? No dealer markups on any custom orders, so we're not doing that. So. Are there constraints on the two-door hardtop on Broncos? Yes, they're telling us to stay away from two-door. In fact, I actually just had that sheet here. Talked about that for retail orders. In fact, I can go over that since I pulled that out now. So on retail orders, it says hardtop is at 47%. Two-door is only 17%. So if you're wanting a two-door, that's really constrained. 2.7 is 44%. And I think you asked about Sasquatch, which is at 40%. So, yeah, so that's pretty constrained there too. Of course, full-time 4x4, which is what you would get when you go to the Sasquatch, is 64%. So, and nothing else on there would be constrain your order. So just that Sasquatch package is about 40%. So that would possibly, if you want to take that off, would probably help your order if you want to go that route. But really up to you there. But the two-door, would probably, it's constrained at only 17% right now. So, all right. Any other questions? Any thoughts on the Chevy electric truck? Do you think it will take some customers from Ford? I haven't. I will be honest that I feel like I have so much to try to keep up on with the Ford lineup that I don't really look at the competitors that much. I know I'm not actually a salesperson, I'm the internet manager, but I do like to get all the ins and outs of each of the different Ford models. But because I'm not a salesperson, I don't really look at the competitors that much. So I actually haven't looked at that. But I think what helps the Ford F-150 Lightning is that it's built off the Ford F-150. So same built Ford Tough quality that you're getting there with an electric truck, and I think that's what a lot of people like, and I think that will help their truck, and I don't think they'll lose too many buyers to Chevy. Are you and other dealerships able to see who is in the Wave 1 invites? All I know is that we're supposed to be getting notified of who gets a Wave 1 invite. More than likely, it's going to be in our online reservation system that we have. So we should be able to see that, but not sure how early we can see that. Let me go back to this camera here. Let me actually see if I can figure that out. So let me go into our portal here and see if it shows any of them right now. So it's kind of cool if you guys don't mind. New build sheet shows $0 for the EcoBoost and $0 for the all-wheel drive. The old combination is 3305. Is it cheaper now on the hybrid on the build after the price increase? Actually, the price didn't increase on the EcoBoost or the all-wheel drive. The prices were on the trims more than anything. So the XLT trim went up a little bit, the Lariat trim went up, and then the luxury packages the XLT Luxury and the Lariat Luxury packages went up as well, and then the Copilot 360 package went up. So those are those changes there. So okay, so going in here, I'm in the wrong place. Hold on. All right, well, I'm getting to that. On the Pro version, is any type of cruise control available or included? Oh yeah, on the F-150, yeah, it will have the cruise control. Unlike the Maverick, right? So yeah, interior. Let's double check though, right? Because it even has all full power windows and everything, and power mirrors as well. Actually, I don't see it listed. It's kind of funny. Because even on an XL, you can get cruise control. So I wouldn't think that. I really look at the Pro version as almost a combination between an XL and a XLT when it comes to equipment. A lot of equipment here to go through to find that. Let's see here. Should be under the interior features, I would think, or at least the functional features. Maybe the mechanical features. I don't see cruise control in there. Maybe cruise isn't available on the XL or on the Pro version. Sorry. That would surprise me. I'll do some research on that, but I would think that it would have at least the cruise control. Let's go to the XLT. It would actually, if there's an upgrade, it would be on the XLT sheet here. There we go. So exterior, interior. Yeah, it doesn't mention cruise control on the XLT, so I would assume that it's standard on the Pro, because it basically says that on the previous trim plus these features, and so it doesn't mention cruise control as an upgrade on the XLT. We know it's going to have it, so it must be standard on the Pro version for some reason. It's just not listed, or I'm just probably not. I'm missing it. Is it part of the Copilot 360 2.0? No, it's not. I actually looked at that. Pre-collision assist. Lane keeping, bliss, camera. Nope. Reverse sensing, reverse brake assist. I'm probably overlooking it. Probably. So, okay. Let me go in here. I'm just going to see real quick on our orders if we can see if it tells us anything about invites going out. So, all right, it's saying right now none converted, and maybe we won't know until that Thursday morning, but it doesn't look like it's letting us know anything yet on those first waves. So, but they did tell us that we're supposed to know when those who is on the list of getting a first wave invite. So probably it's that day. Probably when it happens is when we're going to find out. So then we can do that. So actually, probably when your first buyer takes delivery of a Lightning. We want to party with you. Oh, maybe that'd be a good idea. So probably could do that. So hopefully it's me, but we'll just have to see. So, did you see they moved up my first Bronco build to the week of the 17th? I guess it's your birthday. Oh, cool. So that's coming up real quick here, just a couple weeks. So congrats on that. So we'll get that. You'll enjoy it when you get that. So I enjoy driving my Bronco. All right. There different between the Pros on Copilot 360 2.0 and the XLT's opted assist. Yes. So the 2.0, the Copilot 2.0 gives you these features. It gives you the pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking, including pedestrian detection, forward collision warning, and the dynamic brake support. You also get Bliss with cross traffic alert, lane keeping system. You also get rear view camera, auto high beam, reverse sensing system, and reverse brake assist, and post collision braking. And when you go to the Copilot 360 Assist 2.0, that's where you get your adaptive cruise control with stop and go, the intelligent adaptive cruise control. So you get the stop and go, lane centering, speed sign recognition, which is really cool, evasive steering assist, the built-in nav, and then you do have the intersection assist. So it gives you the lane keeping system, or not the lane keeping, the the adaptive cruise control is what you're getting. So you're getting intelligent adaptive cruise control with evasive steering assist, and you get the upgraded nav, the built-in nav. You still have to pay for the subscription though if you get that, but that's going to be included. So there's a difference between those. And then when you go to the active, that's where you get the Blue Cruise, and you get the active park assist 2.0, and you get the phone as a key. So all right. Tim, is there anywhere that lists the highways Blue Cruise will work? That's a great. I'm not sure. I know they have a network of them, and I'm not sure where that's listed. But that is a good question. I'll maybe try to find that out. Hopefully I-70 and I-35, right? I-135, at least, right? Get us to Kansas City and get us to Wichita with that Blue Cruise. All right. Any other questions I missed there? Did I miss any? I know if you emailed me a question, I'll get to those. I'll try to get to those the next couple of days. I need to get these videos out for the Lightning, but I will try to answer those questions as well. So again, if you look on there, if you have a sales request and you want immediate assistance, email me at thetimothybarts@gmail.com. I check that constantly throughout each day. Easiest way to communicate with me. Sometimes I tend to wait on calling somebody, because I know sometimes when I'm on the phone with somebody it can be a long time, whereas an email I can just answer back at my convenience and get that answer to you, and be able to communicate back and forth that way. If you have questions like on the stream, or questions about product and that kind of thing, send those to the FordVideoGuy@gmail.com. So that one I don't check as often. I try to check at least a couple of times a week, whereas the Timothy Barts, I check that all the time. So if you're wanting to get a vehicle from us, switch your reservation and such, you want to make sure you email that one that says the sales email address there. So, all right, any questions? Do you think that they will make a Maverick in an EV version? I'm wondering if I don't know if they have room for enough battery to be able to make it a completely electric vehicle, but I could see a plug-in version coming, because again, they're already doing a plug-in on the Escape, so I see that happening in the near future. Hopefully, maybe second gen or something on the Maverick, seeing a plug-in version for that. Electric, I'm not sure. Be nice to see, but I don't know if that truck's big enough to be able to hold the battery for an all-electric version. All right. Any other questions there? Will the F-150 Lightning be available later in regular or super cab? Probably not. I will be honest. I mean, for a lot of our sales here, about 80% of our trucks that we sell are super crew. We don't see a lot of super cabs or regular cabs. Most of them are, super crew. So that's probably the version they're going to go with. Probably just makes it a lot easier, like in this situation where they're wanting to build these per order. It makes it a lot easier for them to be able to do that when they have one cab configuration, like on the Maverick. They're doing with that one as well. So we see a lot of that. So although maybe it would be real nice to see like a special edition or something where they do a regular cab Lightning and kind of bring back some of that. So that'd be nice to see. Hopefully they do that right there. So. All right. Any other questions? Tim, do you know if running boards for the 2015 F-150 will fit the Lightning Pro version, as they don't seem to be an option? Oh, there wasn't an option. I haven't had a chance to look. To be honest, I was just messing around with what I was going to configure, so I did not look at the Pro version whatsoever, to be honest, on equipment. But see anything. But keep in mind, just like with the, you should be able to get the same running boards you can get on a 2022 F-150. Should be able to get and put on to the Lightning as well. Should fit that. All the panels and everything, the frame, in fact, and everything is the same. So should be able to add any of the running boards that are available. I'm really surprised they don't have a running board on there. Now they will sit a little bit lower because of the weight of the battery, so they will sit probably a little lower than a normal F-150, and that's why you see that it looks more leveled out than a normal F-150, is for that reason, because of those batteries. So maybe they didn't feel like they needed a running board. Although, hold on a second. Let's look at this here. Back to this. They're not a board. There's not a board standard. I thought there was. Okay, I know on the XLT there is a standard board, but yeah, not on the Pro version, looks like. So, but you should be able to add. I mean, it doesn't show one there, but should be able to get one aftermarket, I believe, and even through Ford accessories. So, a couple other questions. If you scroll up from Self and Hector. All right. Okay. Do you think that they will make a Maverick? Okay, I answered that question. Well, okay, got that. A couple other questions. All right, let me missed a couple questions here. Okay, I answered that one. What is part of the Copilot 360? I answered that. And will you? Okay, I mentioned that. I think I got all those questions answered. Don't want to miss any questions if you guys throw that out there. Any plans to do more in-depth model walk-around videos? Yeah, I like to do those in person because those are really fun to do. I enjoy doing them in the building with a physical vehicle. It seems like lately a lot of these vehicles, a lot of information is wanting to get out so people can order them, do special orders. So I end up doing them here at my desk, like I'll be doing on the Lightning. But yeah, when I get some and then sometimes when I get those in the store, I like to do them physically on the vehicle so you can see them. But that's the goal there, is to do those. And I actually have a plan for 2022. I actually am. We've hired an assistant for me. I've been doing a lot of the video production, editing, and getting it out there. Plus, I'm actually in charge of posting all the new vehicles on the website, pricing, and making sure the pictures get edited and online and such. And I have a photographer that helps me. But now I actually have hired an assistant that will, hopefully in a couple of weeks, will be able to get started and will help me with some video editing so I can do more videos. So that's the goal, to do more how-to videos and more walkarounds, and actually try to produce. The goal is to we're going to do a live stream on here on Tuesdays, and on Thursdays on Facebook, we'll do a Facebook Live. And then on hopefully Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I can pump out some videos as well. So on our YouTube channel, hopefully you could see 3 to 4 videos a week is the goal. Hopefully we can get to that by sometime in February and see that being accomplished once I get my assistant up and rolling and trained, which is my daughter. So she does a great job here at the dealership, and I stole her from the call center. Lightning be available. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions. I feel like I've left some. Tim, I wanted to order an F-150 standard cab short bed and have you guys do an LMP Lightning package to it. Yes, we can do that. Is there any way that lists? Okay, Blue Cruise will work. I don't know. Yeah, I actually did answer that. I don't know where those are at. I know that I think they're going to be available like in the Ford Pass app and such, so that you can see like charging stations as well as the Blue Cruise highways that are available. So I would assume most of the major highways will have that, but they say there's going to be a whole network of highways and they're going to be accessible. If our dealership sneaks in a fee when we get our invite to order, can we switch dealers? will we just lose out on that wave, but still be in the base of our timestamp. I'm not sure if you change out, you still I think have your invite, but you can usually switch to another dealership, and you should still have your invite. So that shouldn't change. So if you get that invite and you go to do it and you notice you talk to your dealer and they're going to charge you, a different fee. I've heard some dealers that found out that, which they've said for quite a while now, that the MSRP and invoice are the same number. And so because of that, they're not going to make money on them. So they're going to mark up some of them and do a fee on each one of those. And not going to do MSRP and such. Evidently that dealer didn't see the fine print that the dealer does get a percentage of a certain percentage of all those as a dealer, kind of a dealer charge, or not a chargeback, but a dealer incentive there. So the dealers are going to be getting a percentage. So evidently they missed that memo. But yeah, if you find that out, you can call the Ford's 800 number, 1-800-334-4375. You can tell I've typed that a couple times if you want to switch over to us and be able to do that. And so even after your invite goes out, as long as you haven't submitted that order, then you should be able to switch that over to another dealership. You can switch reservations over, but you can't switch your order over. So once you've ordered, you're locked in, because that is when you have that order in, you've submitted what dealership you're going to have it delivered to. I want to on the Maverick has a date of 12/22, and it still shows rail and under ramp. I have heard some vehicles, I think that was Bill, had heard about some vehicles that are getting like recalls, and so they're getting stopped. So maybe sometimes at a rail or whatever, there's a checkpoint at that point before it gets put on a car hauler to go and get you to your dealership. Sometimes they have to fix that recall before they get it to the dealership, because they want to get it done before it gets to the dealership. And so I've seen that happen. We have actually, Derek Stidham here has had a Ford Bronco that's had 2 recalls on it. It's been sitting in Kansas City for 2 months, getting a recall done. But his is supposed to get here and be here in a couple days. So hopefully that yours doesn't take too long, and they can get that taken care of and get it on a car hauler to you. Sorry, Ben, if I got in late. Any idea when the building price for the 22 regular F-150s? No, I don't know. Somebody did ask that earlier, Super Dave, but I don't know. They don't let us know any of that. It just like with today, we had no clue that the building price for the Lightning was gonna go live today until it just showed up. So I'm not sure. I usually try to check it each week and see what's going on with order guides as well as building price. Anything gets updated, but I really don't know when it's going to update. So it'd be nice. We've been able to order 22s for a while. Tim, is the Ford Lightning 4-wheel drive? Yes. Thanks so much for doing these videos. Yep, they're all 4x4, so they do have they have dual motors. So there's a motor at each of the axles, so it is 4x4, basically all-wheel drive on all versions. All right, breaking news. Tim gets assistant. He drives positive money. Customer. Thank you very much. So appreciate all you people that have been in for a while. And by the way, Kim, congratulations. I didn't say it earlier. I saw that earlier. I did see you post some pictures, I think on the Maverick Truck Club, of your Maverick and Cactus Gray delivered. So congratulations. I know you come in the live stream for quite a while, even I think maybe from the beginning. So congratulations on getting your Maverick. I hope you enjoy the miles per gallon, and you got to make sure you come back and share all that the good stuff here on the stream, and keep coming back now that you have your Maverick. So all right, thank you for answering my question. Your channel here is quite informative, so cool. Well, thank you. All right, a bunch of people with invites switch to you. Does that throw off your allocations, or are they waiting to determine allocations until each wave is submitted? Actually, I think they determine your allocations. I don't know if it's on a monthly basis. On this first launch, it may be, because on a Bronco, that's the way it was. We were told you're going to get 45 allocations for the year, and that's what we were told to get. And so my assumption is that's what it's going to be on these as well. So yes, it could throw some things, because it could put some people in there and move some people down. Just depends on where you're at. If you already have an invite, then that would count against our allocation possibly. So that is a possibility. I'm not sure how it's going to work, if it's going to be a monthly like it is on, you know, the other models where we earn them based on the percentages that we have. I know at the beginning our allocations could be based on the percentage of F-150s that we sell within our region, and then also how many Fords we sell within our state, which is a good thing because we sell we're really high in our within our state. In fact, got the numbers for December, which we're really happy, and that we were #1 in our region for Maverick sales. So #1, in fact, we doubled #2's numbers, so really cool. We sold over 30 Mavericks last month, so that was really cool to see. #2 in Bronco in the region, and #2 on Bronco Sport in the region, which is really cool. So anyway, so on F-150, that goes that will help us out as well as Ford sales, because we do sell a lot within the state here in Kansas. So that will help our numbers out. The more allocations we get, of course, the more of those can be fulfilled. So can we add the max trailer tow package after we pick up the truck? No. That really needs to be done from the factory, because there's things that are done to it. It's, you know, I don't know where those the different cooling fans and such are going to be put, but that needs to be, that's something you'll need to do from the factory. Probably not something you'd want to do afterwards. You know, maybe somebody that's really mechanically inclined could maybe try to attempt it, but I would, if you're even thinking about it, I'd want to order that from the factory. All right. Thanks for the live stream. Do you know if Sirius can be added to the Pro later, and also if the Ford Pass remote start and unlock features will work with the Pro trim? Yes, it will. So on the Pro version, it has the Ford Pass app. It says remotely start, lock, and unlock the vehicle, locate parked vehicle. So it has all the features. It'll have the embedded modem. All of the Ford vehicles are having those anymore. So yeah, that for sure is going to be on it. Sirius XM. See, this is where a lot of my videos, I haven't done the time to research yet. I'll be doing that in the morning and probably even tonight. But going through, because on the website, just like you're seeing here, one of the things you don't see that is that they don't tell you, they only show you these features. So like this in here is equipped, and if you click view all features, they're missing. So they're not here. So that's what I do with my videos, like I did with the Maverick. It might be boring looking at my face and everything when I go over it, but you know, there's a whole list of information here. Maybe you could see right there. That's all standard on the Pro version. And there's a second page, right? And I cover all that, because that's something that they don't cover. Like, you know, a lot of people when you look on the Maverick on the XL trim, you know, cruise wasn't mentioned because people just assumed it was standard, and it didn't list all the standard equipment. And it was one of my videos that said, nope, cruise isn't included. It's not available at all. If I don't mention it, it's not on the vehicle. So I will go through each one of these and go through that on the vehicle. So that's why, you know, I'll break it down and go through what's standard on those. So you know, I was tempted to leave some things off that are kind of like maybe not important to a lot of people, but I don't like to do that because I don't know what's not important to some people may be important to somebody else and such. But anyway, we'll be going through that. I'll be getting all that information and going through that on that there. So there we go. So looking up Sirius, by the way, I got me sidetracked, sorry. Sirius XM. And it's not a standalone option. And then let me look at that. Another way of looking at that is by looking at the XLT to see if Sirius XM is actually a step up when you go to XLT. So it looks like the Sirius XM will not be available on the Pro version. Can you do a video on my sons and daughters Mavericks for the members only with the trucks there now? Actually, it was we'll do some. We'll have some fun when you guys get here. So we'll have, from what I understand, your son's coming and your daughter. So we'll have some fun when you're here, and we'll do some video content and have some fun that day with you guys. Definitely do some videos on your vehicles, so on your trucks. So hopefully this snow melts, so they'll look a lot better. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. So, all right, I really have to thank Ridgeview in there. He's my moderator, and he has been for several weeks, and he helps me out because this usually questions are going so fast that I can't keep up with them. So I appreciate him going through and checking those while I'm going on a ramble sometimes. So. All right, my Ford Pass just stopped wanting to start my Maverick Hybrid. Do you think it could be the cold temperatures since the start electric motor? Yeah, it could be. I know on our hybrid, like if we don't start it after a while, sometimes that battery can go dead. So that's a possibility as well. It could actually, sometimes it's just a glitch. Another thing, if you, let's say you started your vehicle and use the remote start to start it using the FordPass app, and then you didn't go out and start it after that, then it won't work the next time. So let's say today you went ahead and started, you had it maybe scheduled start, because I actually have that happen. So I have my vehicle scheduled every morning to start. So let's say one day I forgot to deactivate that and it starts today, and then I didn't go out that day. Let's say it's Christmas Day, for instance, and it started in the morning and I forgot and it ran and it shut itself off. And then the next day, when it wants to go remote start it again, it won't work because you didn't start it in between that. So it wants you to manually start the vehicle. So that could be a reason too. So we'll see. I don't know if my camera's shaking. My monitor tends to shake when I touch the table. Actually, the camera does a pretty good job. Anyway, I got a new camera set up too. Not only a new mic, but I got a new camera, so hopefully the camera helps, and with manual adjustments. So hopefully that works. Looks good, although it looks crooked. Anyway, oh well. All right. Any other questions? All right, we're past 8:30. I usually stop at 8:30. So again, thanks for all the questions, and so I'm not sure how the stream's been doing here. I usually try to keep my eye on it, so a little lower than normal, but I know usually we got all those Maverick people in there asking questions, and we talk Maverick. And this week we're going to be talking. We just kind of talked about Lightning a lot, and whatever new vehicles come out and different things come out, I want to cover those. But also, I want to make sure you ask me a question on any model. I want to be able to answer it. Today we had a lot of questions on the Lightning as well as the Maverick. Even had some on the Bronco. And some others. So just bring me those questions. I get to know all the different model lineups, not just the Maverick. And like right now, learning the Lightning as well, and the F-150. So I like to learn all of those. So if you have any questions, no matter what it is, and you can tell there's sometimes I don't have the answers, and I need to come back and get the answers for you. And so definitely, if I'm not able to answer your question on the stream, email me at that FordVideoGuy@gmail, that question again, so that I can do my research and email you that answer back in case I don't get a chance to follow up and cover that the next week. So again, thanks everybody for following along in the live stream here. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, to hit that subscribe button and then hit that notification bell. That notifies you the next time we have another video uploaded to the channel. And this week will be a big week. If you're wanting information on Lightning, you want to make sure you hit that notification bell, hit there. And also, if you haven't yet, go ahead and smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Helps the video out, especially in the live stream. When you jump in here on the live stream, go ahead and if you could just jump in the live stream every week and then hit that like button. That helps promote the video up so that it can be prominent for people that are looking for live videos and such. So I really appreciate that. But until next week, I guess that's all we have. And again, if you want to be a member, don't forget that join button down there gives you a little more information about it. So I really appreciate it. And we'll do more and more videos for those that are members. And there's a nice little perk in there too if you want to check that out once you become a member, that I'll send out to you guys. So again, thanks for joining me today. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video here in the next day or two if you're looking for Lightning information. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.